What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to another quick painting video with Leland and Aegisbrand Studios. This week I'm going to be painting up the red robes on a Custodes. So here we are. It's going to be nice and simple, so you can see this is the same one that we did the gold armor on. And we're just going to do this in 5 quick steps, and this is a way just to make your red robes pop on the table. It's not too complex of a method to get down. In fact, it uses very simple techniques, very simple paints to get it going. So let's start off with our base layer of Mephiston red. Now we are going to be putting it over top of a dark base coat on the black, so you got to make sure you put on enough light layers of it. So here we are, you can see it's watered down Mephiston red, just making sure that we're getting some good even coverage here. You're probably going to have to go over it again as it dries, because you don't want very much of the red or of the black shining through here. So just as you can see, we're reinforcing the red here, just making it a little bit more opaque, just having it really come through and have that nice bright red. So there you go, everything is layered down there. So next up we are going to go to Nuln Oil, but instead of putting it on nice and undiluted, we are going to water it down a little bit, and we're going to use some flow improver for this, just to sort of break the tension a little bit about it. So as you can see, we're just putting it on. It's not doing a lot to change the color of the red itself, but you can see it pooling in the shadows. So we're just reinforcing that depth there. You can have some where it pools up nicely, as you can see here, but generally we're just really trying to get the shades. So once that's dry, we're going to go back to our Mephiston red, and this is just going to reinforce the highest parts of the robe, basically where the light is touching it the most. So being very careful with some watered down Mephiston red, we're just going to go over the highest folds of the robe here. So be careful with it. Now, if you do get a little bit off and about, don't worry too much about it. It will just help reinforce the color a little bit more. But like I said, we're doing this in 5 quick steps. So basically, don't worry too much about it, but just try and focus on the highest edges of it. This robe is particularly nice for it because there's lots of folds. You don't have to worry too much about getting the big flat surfaces. So there you go, we're just building up the Mephiston red a little bit just so we get that nice bold red on the edge of the robes. So as you can see, we're just going over it. We're just making sure that, that it's being built up, that everything looks nice and solid here. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the next red layer, and that's going to be Evil Sun's Scarlet. And this is just going to be used to reinforce the highest parts of the folds. So here we are, we're just going over it. Now you don't want to do the entire fold because that would be erasing a lot of the Mephiston red we just went over with. Just do it on the parts that would be catching the most light. Use your eye for this. If you have an overhead light, that'll be a great way of showing you where the best parts to reinforce with the Wild Rider red is. So it takes a little bit of time to do, but it works really well. You can even water it down a bit more, and you can even glaze a little bit onto the flat surfaces if you like, but it's not necessary in this particular method because remember, we're just getting it quick and on the table. So just working up a little bit here and there, and if it's thin, it makes it a little bit easier to clean up as well. So last step is going to be some bloodletter glaze, and this one is going to be just a nice light application. I've seen a lot of people who like to jump in here and use it almost like a wash. Try and avoid that one. You just want to get a nice thin application of it. I'm using a glaze brush here, and as you can see, I'm just reinforcing the colors a bit. It's tying everything together. It's giving a little bit more pop to the red. It's eliminating a little bit of the black on the folds of it and on the flat surfaces and bringing it all up. So there you go, 5 easy steps, 4 different paints that we used for it, all of them available through Games Workshop. This is a method that will get your red robes painted up nice and easily and on the table. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, leave a comment below, let me know what you'd like to see in the future, and of course your support helps this channel grow, so if you could hit that subscribe button, that would be amazing, and I'll be eternally grateful. As always, thank you very much for watching, and as always, happy wargaming.